Maxto M3 promises a 6-rider intercom, 1080p helmet camera, and all-day battery for about $100. Either we've reached budget biker nirvana or we're looking at another case of tech roulette. On paper it's stacked, 1080p HD with a 120-degree lens, Bluetooth 5.0 with 2-phone connection and FM, IP67, or is it IP65, waterproofing, CVC noise reduction up to 80 mph, and a 1500 mAh battery claiming 32 hours. Here's what caught my attention: the new 360-degree rotating clip and a bold 3280 FT range claim for intercom. But here's the thing, specs don't ride motorcycles, I do. I strapped the M3 on 2 helmets and tested it for 2 weeks in city traffic, highway runs, a rainstorm, and a weekend group ride. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 2 weeks of testing. Let's set expectations. The Maxto M3 claims to be a one-box solution, action cam plus group comm. The marketing promises are simple and strong. 6-way rider-to-rider intercom up to 3280 FT. 1080p HD camera with photos and video on the fly. Bluetooth 5.0 stability, 2 phones connected, and FM radio. IP-rated weather protection, noise reduction at highway speeds, and up to 32 hours of use. Sounds criminally generous for the price, right? Pretty bold claims, but here's where things get interesting. They claim 3280 FT range and stable 6-way comms. Reality check: in real-world riding, line of sight is everything. Hills, SUVs, buildings, even trees kill range. What you actually get is about 400 to 800 FT of usable, clear audio between 2 riders in mixed terrain, sometimes stretching to 1000 FT if you have perfect line of sight. In a 4-rider chain, dropouts became more frequent past 600 FT and reconnects took a few seconds. Here's why: this is classic Bluetooth intercom behavior without true mesh. Every hop adds latency and interference stacks up. It's not unique to Maxto, but that 3280 FT number is a best-case fantasy. They claim 1080p HD footage with a 120-degree lens. What you actually get is okay daytime video that's good enough for socials, but it struggles at dusk and at night. Headlights blow out, license plates blur in motion, and there's no real stabilization to smooth the bumps. At 50 to 70 mph, micro jitter makes fast scenes look wobbly. Audio capture is better than nothing, but wind roar often trashes any usable sound above 45 mph unless you tuck. Here's where it gets mathematically impossible to have it both ways. A small 1500 mAh pack can't deliver 7 hours of camera recording and 32 hours of intercom at the same time. In my rides, recording plus intercom drained it in about 4.5 to 5 hours. Pure Bluetooth intercom got me around 18 to 22 hours depending on volume and temperature. They claim IP67 and also IP65 in parts of the listing. Which is it? Because dust-proof plus full submersion resistance is not the same as splash resistance. What you actually get is decent weather resistance. I rode 30 minutes in steady rain and the unit survived fine, but water beat it under the rotating clip and made the buttons feel gummy until it dried. That inconsistency in the listing is a red flag. It suggests the rating is more marketing than lab certification. They claim CVC intelligent noise reduction that keeps audio solid at 80 mph. Let's be real here. Noise reduction helps with voice clarity, but it can't cancel wind physics. On a fared bike with a chin curtain, rider-to-rider conversation stayed understandable in the 70 to 75 mph range. On a naked bike at 70, it was a struggle without shouting. The mic placement matters a lot. Position it poorly and you're yelling into a hurricane. They claim Bluetooth 5.0 stability, 2 phones, and FM with easy switching. What you actually get is good initial pairing, but the UI for swapping between intercom, music, FM, and calls is a learning curve. On day 1, I missed a call because I thought I'd switched profiles. That's not switching, that's expensive confusion. FM reception was spotty in the city and basically useless in the countryside unless you're near a strong tower. They pitch a new 360-degree rotating mount. The idea is great and it helps dial in camera angle, but on one helmet, the pivot loosened after a bumpy backroad run, introducing wobble into the footage. A dab of threadlocker helped, but you shouldn't have to do that out of the box. Sound quality: intercom voice quality is solid in close range with decent volume. Music sounds fine, not audiophile. At higher speeds, wind bleed still creeps in despite CVC. Compared side by side with a Cardo Spirit HD, Maxto's intercom volume is similar but clarity drops sooner as speed climbs. Battery life, Maxto advertises up to 32 hours Bluetooth time, 7 hours recording, 500 hours standby, 2.5 hours charge. In practice, around 18 to 22 hours of pure intercom at mid-volume, 4.5 to 5 hours with camera rolling, and about 2 hours to recharge. Cold morning rides knocked 10 to 15% off those numbers. Here's what nobody tells you: recording even intermittently heats the unit and accelerates drain. Build quality and mounting, the body feels decent for the price. Buttons are tactile with medium gloves, borderline with winter gloves. The 360-degree mount is the weak link, great adjustability, but it can loosen and vibration shows up in footage. Clamp and adhesive options are included, but the new clip is not compatible with older M3 units, so double-check your helmet setup. Camera performance, daylight, acceptable clarity and color for a budget unit. Twilight and night, haloing and motion blur, no meaningful stabilization, rolling shutter on rough pavement. Audio, wind-heavy unless carefully shielded. No microSD included, and footage is broken into segments, which is standard but not mentioned clearly. What the marketing doesn't mention, you're not getting GoPro-level detail or stabilization, and you shouldn't expect it at this price. Red flags and review notes, inconsistent IP65 versus IP67 wording. Mixed user reports on range and battery. Several buyers mention app confusion or not finding the correct app at all. I had to manage files manually from the card. Amazon rating sits around 3.8, which screams mixed experience. Verdict: buy with caution. At 101.99, the Maxto M3 is tempting if you want an all-in-one intercom plus basic camera and you're okay with compromises. Pros: affordable bundle, usable daylight footage, workable short-range comms, decent battery on intercom-only days. Cons: inflated range claims, mediocre night video, learning curve UI, mount wobble risk, and inconsistent waterproof rating. If your priority is reliable group comms, save your money for a Cardo Spirit HD or a Lexin B4 FM and run a separate budget action cam like an Akaso. If you specifically want a budget combo in one box and accept its limits, the M3 can get the job done. Ride safe, spend smart. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your questions below and tell me what intercom you're using now. Next up, I'm testing budget camera combo headsets against a separate cam plus comm setup to see which actually wins on value. Subscribe if you want the no-fluff truth. Stay safe, stay savvy, and I'll see you on the next ride.